Hi everyone, it's Dora here. So you might have heard this phrase a lot in a yoga class, and that is to honor your body. Now, I know I also say this quite a bit in my yoga classes, but to someone who's newer to yoga, he or she might wonder, what does it even mean to honor your body? So my take on this is that honoring your body is really about going within, really paying attention and listening to your body, your mind, your, energetic levels, whatever else might be talking to you, really listening to yourself and asking the question, how am I feeling today? Or how am I feeling in this moment? And then taking the action that is needed or that is in harmony with what you need in that moment. And this is not to say that, we just will never challenge ourselves and we will just stay in our comfort zone. But knowing what it is that we need in that moment actually tells us that, this is too much, I need to back off, or I need to take a little break. But it could also mean that, wow, I'm feeling, like I can do anything today. I want to challenge myself. So it is really about knowing what it is that you need so that you can act accordingly and take actions that are going to be beneficial, that will serve you in that moment, in that day. And also, honoring your body means to really be in tune with yourself, for you to know where your limits or boundaries are. Because when we do want to challenge ourselves, we want to find ourselves at that edge of your limits, so that you are sort of just playing, within that place where you are finding challenge, but not so much to the other end that you might, that where that's pose or that movement no longer serves you, or may even cause you injury. So knowing yourself will help you find that edge, and that's where you want to be and hang around and play with when you're challenging yourself. And also, another thing is that when we come to a yoga class, for most of us, we want to we come in with different intentions. It might be to improve our health, to manage our stress, to improve flexibility or strength, or we come in with different intentions, and that is, that's great, that's wonderful. But for whatever reason you come into class, it's always a good idea to start and build a strong foundation and then build up from there. And so instead of trying to come in wanting to achieve a certain pose or look a certain way while you're doing yoga, it is more important to pay attention to how each pose feel in your body and what you can do to strengthen the foundation of the pose before we even think about complicating the pose. And this is also because, our bodies also need time to strengthen in terms of muscles, in terms of our stamina, in terms of our breathing. So many things are happening as you perform or come into or out of a yoga pose, that it is very important to be able to safely and mindfully perform these poses and build a strong foundation before we build on from there. And also, just because you're able to do a particular pose or a particular modification of a pose, it doesn't mean that that is going to be the pose that you have to do every single time you come to a class, or even every single time that we do this within a class. Checking in and honoring your body will let you know whether this pose or this version of the pose still makes sense for you to do in that moment. And being able to get into the most advanced level or version of the pose doesn't mean that it's better than you taking a more foundational approach to the pose. Really doing what is going to serve you and what's gonna serve your body and your intention for that practice is going to be important. So because we change from day to day, from moment to moment, that this is why it is important for us to constantly check in with ourselves to know what still feels good in the body or what needs to be changed. And then tuning in and paying attention to what your body, your mind are trying to tell you is at the core of what a mindfulness practice is all about. And this is the part that makes yoga such a beneficial practice. At the end of the day, yoga is not a competitive sport. It is a path to self-inquiry, which eventually leads to self-understanding and deeper wisdom. So instead of drawing your attention outside yourself when you're doing a yoga class and setting expectations based in comparing yourself with other people or even the instructor that is teaching, really instead see if you can bring your attention within and learn to listen to the messages your body, your mind are trying to send you, because this is what yoga is about. So I will see you next time. Until then, namaste.